Well, up next, one of Canada's best punk bands is coming back to Saskatchewan. From their Juno Award-winning album, Morbid Stuff, this is PUP with Kids, and this interview has been a long time coming for the 306. That's because they were supposed to win that Juno Award in Saskatoon in 2020. I was there. I was ready to interview them, but the pandemic brought it all to a screeching halt. Thankfully, PUP is coming back to Saskatoon tonight, and lead vocalist Stefan Babcock joins us now. Good afternoon, Stefan.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well, and yeah, I thought I was done with the 2020 chats, but this has been nearly 6 years in the making. So, congratulations on winning a Juno Award.
We did it, guys. We did it.
What do you remember about March 12th, 2020? I was in Saskatoon learning the Junos were being canceled. What were you doing?
Pretty sure we were on tour I think we were in Portland or something. Yeah.
So you weren't going to be able to make it anyway?
No, we were going to you know what? I think we were going to fly in. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even remember. That seems like another lifetime ago. Just trying to put it all out of my brain,
It sure does. Well, I wonder, were you still on tour in June when they did have a virtual awards? Like, what did you guys do when you found out you were Juno winners?
You know what? I don't think we were even on the broadcast. I think we were I think I saw it on Twitter and I was like, oh, okay. Great. No, we're we feel very lucky to be recognized for that. And yeah, feels good.
Well, it was an incredible year for the nominees too. And I feel like alternative album of the year is always the best category, at least for my taste. Is that what, do you see alternative as just where they put all like the non-country and blues stuff in?
Yeah, maybe anything that has distortion but isn't metal,
right?
And, or reverb.
Well, you can already tell, Stefan, that it's really gone to your head. Obviously, I'm kidding, but I say that because you have released an album since then titled The Unraveling of PUP the Band. In a news release for the latest album, it says, the album evokes the lightning in a bottle intensity of their self-titled debut, except they are much better at their instruments now. How do you describe just the vibe of the band? Obviously, you guys are pretty lighthearted.
Yeah, a lot of the lyrical content is dark, but we approach it from a pretty light place. I like to write songs based on feelings of darkness once I'm out of the hole, so I can kind of laugh at myself. And the four of us are pretty not self-serious people, so we like to joke around and laugh, have fun. That's the whole reason we started a band in the first place. So we're just trying to enjoy this ride and laugh about our woes when we can,
Yeah, tell me more just about that line, whether it was a joke or not, getting better at your instruments. How have you guys grown just as musicians over the last 10 years?
Yeah, I will say the other three guys are all incredible musicians, and I'm just kind of fumbling along in the dark, hoping for the best. But yeah, when we started this band, I was never a singer before this. We were looking for somebody to sing the songs. We couldn't find a singer. I could barely play guitar. It was not ideal. But we made that first record, and I think we did the best with what we could have done at the moment. And over the past 10 years, we've toured nonstop. We've toured the world every year except for 2020 since then. And so, playing 100, 200 shows every year, you hope that you get decent at your craft. So, yeah, we approached this last record much better, much tighter as a band, much more in sync with each other.
I'm glad you mentioned that, just relentless touring. It's insane how much you guys have been on the road since 2013 at least. Tell me about that. As someone who just said, you weren't a very good guitar player, and you didn't even know if you were going to be the singer. How did you do that? Was it just the love of music and the love of the stage that got you to do it?
Yeah, I mean, it was an exciting time for us. I mean, touring, when we started touring, we were traveling everywhere and playing to nobody, and none of that mattered because we were just excited to be with each other, seeing new places, playing music. I mean, it's like it really is a dream. It's easy to forget that once you've been doing it for a long time. It starts to become like normalized, but it truly is a dream for us, and we're very lucky to get to do it. And yeah, we've definitely gotten better over the years, and thankfully so, because the shows have gotten bigger. I mean, I think if we had been thrown into the deep end like some artists are, like a lot of bands kind of put out a song and it blows up, and suddenly they're playing to thousands of people. We would have crashed and burned in that situation. Like, thank God it was incremental for us. Like, we started off playing to 5 people, and then went to 20, went to 100, went to 500, went to 1,000, etc. So now we're kind of used to it, but yeah, had we done this 10 years ago, I would have been crapping myself.
Well, it's interesting you say that, though, because I did see, I mean, you had 32 shows in 39 days 11 years ago, back in 2014. Like, that seems like you really did still jump on the deep end touring wise. What was that like?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, and it's also great. Like touring, in my experience, the highs are higher than anything else, and the lows are lower than anything else. And the more you do it, and the more intensely you do it, actually, the harder it becomes, which is different than most things, which become easier with time. So yeah, it's difficult, but it's also like such a joy, and we've definitely slowed down now. I think this year probably we'll do 100 shows, which is still a lot for any band. But the first couple of years we were doing 200, 250 shows every year, and we've slowed down since then, thankfully. But yeah, still trying to find the joy in it, and we're able to find the joy in it. So we're lucky.
How does it get harder the more you do it? Is it just the stages get bigger, the venues get bigger?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. Definitely, like, the pressure increases. Like, if you have a bad show when you're playing to 5 people, it doesn't matter. When you have a bad show, it affects, now it affects all of our friends' lives who also, rely on us for income and stuff like that. So there's definitely more pressure. And, you get older, you get more jaded, you get more sick of the grind, you get more used to certain comforts that you don't get on tour. So, and you know what, like, I say this so much, like, I'm so grateful to be doing this. I would trade this for nothing in the world. At a certain point, the novelty of playing shows does wear off. And so you have to find that other gear, you have to find gratitude in your daily life, saying, I'm lucky to get to do this, and I'm thankful to get to do this. Whereas maybe when you're starting off, you don't need to experience gratitude in the same way, because every day's a novelty, and you're just riding a wave, So yeah, when it becomes sort of a job, I've found, for me, like, the struggle has been really reminding myself every day that I'm lucky to get to do this.
Yeah, what is your favorite part about a tour like this, where you're playing in pretty much a different Canadian city every single night?
Yeah, I mean, at the risk of sounding whiny, touring sucks, but the 2 hours that you get to spend, or hour and a half you get to spend on stage every night, is just, there's nothing like it. It's incredible. Really lucky. And we're doing this tour with Snotty Nose Rez Kids, who are an incredible hip-hop duo, and we've toured with them before. I love those guys. I love their music, so I'm looking forward to watching them every night.
I wonder, what do you guys do for fun on the road, especially when you're with a group that I can only assume is fun, like Snotty Nose Rez Kids?
Yeah, I guess it depends on the season and the place. I mean, like, we like to do a lot of outdoor things, whether it's hiking or like walking around the city, or mini golf or whatever. But you don't get much of that in Saskatchewan in December.
Well, yeah, you came with Sum 41 in January earlier this year.
That's right. Yeah, that tour. I think Saskatchewan and Manitoba, that was, as a guy who's toured Canada many times over and lived my whole life in Canada, um, that was some of the coldest weather I've ever experienced. So there was not a lot of there was a lot of hanging out inside and making fun of each other.
You a video game fan? Do you play video games on the road?
I am not, but Nestor and Zach, Zach plays drums. He's really, really into video games. I do a lot of reading, and I try as much as possible to like. I used to never want to play music outside of the live show on tour, but I'm finding myself more and more now, like sitting with guitars in the quiet moments and trying to write and just trying to get some feelings off my chest.
Well, the reason I asked is because you guys have been featured in a lot of video games, including NHL 15, 20, and 23, which, again, as someone who loves, sports games growing up, Tony Hawk, some of those soundtracks are what shaped my musical taste throughout the years. What has that been like to be featured in games like that?
Awesome. Especially the NHL games. I'm such a big hockey fan. We're in it again this year, 2025, 26.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and like every once in a while, I go watching Hockey Night in Canada, and I'll hear a PUP song rip in the background, and it's such a wonderful, validating feeling to be a fan of something and get to participate in it in your own little way. I feel very lucky.
Well, Stefan, you can veto my pick if you want. I want to play a song that I would personally rate 5 out of 5 dogs, but you only gave it 2 out of 5 dogs. What's the story behind No Hope?
You're referencing a very honest review of our latest record that I did. I think people have trouble trying to see their albums objectively, but after about 6 months, I try and be honest with myself and with everyone else, like what I think of our songs.
You skewered some of it.
I skewered some. Well, I'm not out here trying to pretend to be something that we're not. This last record that we made, it's my favorite record we've made. I think it has some of our best songs on it, but every record you make, there are some duds, or there's some songs that just like rub me the wrong way, and I'm not afraid to kind of go out and tell people that, even if the label and the managers hate that I do that. It's not the best business practice, but No Hope is the album opener. I think it's a great opener. I do think it's a good song. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what the other guys did with it. I would say for myself, the one thing that kind of irks me about that song is it felt like not necessarily growth from previous material. It kind of felt like I was retreading old ground writing that song, and that's okay. Sometimes you got to do that, and sometimes you retread old ground and the song's good enough and you say, great, it's still a good song, let's put it on the record. But the real magic happens when you're kind of pushing yourself into new places and finding success there. So yeah, but I'm glad you like this song.
I do. I really enjoy it. And I was going to say, if you prefer, we could play Olive Garden, because you know what else happened in the summer of 2020 when you were winning a Juno Award? Saskatoon finally got its first Olive Garden.
Oh, yes. I know what I'm doing on December 2nd or whatever today is.
December 1st.
December 1st. Yeah, that's great. I love Olive Garden.
Stefan, love the new album. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.